As I'm doing this, I'm wondering, as the paternal grandmother, if I can, in the best interest of the children, file a criminal order of protection in the criminal courts against the biological father.
Okay, we're back. This is The Secret, How to Find Child Protective Services and When. I'm attorney Vince Davis, on with my co-host, Aaron Carranza and Brian Hamilton. I saw a private message from you, Aaron. Did you want to say something?
I do. On our Facebook page, I usually leave little tips and write little tricks for parents to help them get through reunification. And I have a new one today that I would like to share. And it's for the parents that have Talking Parents. It's the app that the court loves for parents to use. So, excuse me. My husband did not bring my daughter to our court order drop off and pickup spot today. And he didn't tell me why or anything like that. So what I've been doing is that there's a part in the app that's the calendar. So every time he refuses to communicate with me, or he misses pick up and drop off, I put it in the calendar. Now the other parent can see it, but can't alter it, and you can print it out. So, and when it prints out in the calendar. So every time there's a failure to co-parent, every time that there is like doctor's appointments that I'm not told about or things like that, I put it in the calendar on the Talking Parents app, and there you go.
That's a very good tip. What's it called? TalkingParents.com or?
Yep, TalkingParents.com.
You can get it on the iPhone app and the Samsung.
It's free. Yeah, it's free. There's an upgrade you can get where you can do all of your calls through there. It's all monitored and recorded. There's emailing that's recorded, stored. You can pay child support on there. You can pay, the kids' doctor's bills. All of that you can do on this, and it's accepted by all the courts here in California. You can print it out, and the courts love it. They love Talking Parents. Even the police departments are like, use Talking Parents. You guys should use Talking Parents because it doesn't let you cuss somebody out. You have a limit of characters. So it's pretty good.
Okay, very good.
But the calendar section is really good.
Perfect. Let's take our next call. Hope from the Empire State of New York. Hope, did you have a story?
Hi, Vince. Hi, Brian. Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Hey, Hope. How are you?
Good. I have a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Of course, I have to always say I love your show. I follow everything I can. I know I've talked with you, Vincent, and I've talked with Aaron just the other night. And so I know I wouldn't have gotten this far without being able to listen to everything that you guys do, and it's just amazing. So, but while I have you on here, the question is, as of right now, okay, now I've been in this about a year and a half. Well, it'll be a year in September. To have relations with my granddaughters. Now, the case is closed. Everything's been closed. CPS did a wonderful job rushing everything, making sure they met all their deadlines, and, so they can lock the door on me and put me in a position where I have to start all over again. And as I'm doing this, I'm wondering, as the paternal grandmother, if I can, in the best interest of the children, file a criminal order of protection in the criminal courts against the biological father who had, hello?
Yes.
Who has now been convicted to 25 years to life in prison for the murder of their mother.
I was going to say, Hope, you should probably tell them what happened first.
Real brief. Yes, he murdered their mother, which is my daughter. And he had been recently sentenced and convicted and sentenced May of this year to 25 years to life in prison. So what happened is I'm over here in the criminal court following through the due process of criminal court, because in our country, under our civil rights, a person is innocent until proven guilty. Meanwhile, over in family court and CPS and everybody else, they got him convicted, guilty, and just jumping the gun and following their deadlines. They got 60 days to get this done, 90 days to get this done, and made all kinds of decisions with my grandchildren, sometimes even without him present in the court, family court anyway. So now that everything's said and done, he is now officially been sentenced. That means that in the color of law, he now can go over to family court and start his trial for his paternal rights and fight for his paternal rights. And he did have a neglect docket on him. He did leave the children home the night he murdered their mother. The children were present. He told one of the oldest children that when the police come to tell them that mommy left at night in a black pickup truck. So he used his own children to try to cover up the murder of their mother. And so now, my fight with CPS or whatever, this has been going on quite a bit. They screwed up. They know they screwed up. And they also know that once I get my name on any legal paperwork, documentation to have authority or a voice for these children, that they're in hot water. So I've been right up the chain of command here. So right now, while all this stuff keeps going on and, these court dates and, everything I have to get done, is it possible for me as the paternal grandmother? I have no case pending anywhere. In the best interest of my grandchildren, can I file a order of protection in the criminal court against a convicted murderer in order to stop Skyping with my grandchildren and to prevent visitation at the state prison until us adults and these courts and all this, filing I have to do and stop re-traumatizing the children so we can get this business taken care of. Is that a possibility?
Well, I can only tell you what might happen in California. I'm not licensed in New York. But if you were in New York, there would be a very slim, if you were in California, there'd be a slim possibility. The problem is that you don't have any standing in the criminal court. And what you'd probably have to do is get the ear of the district attorney to make that type of motion to stop all visitation between the father and the children. I do remember speaking to you some time ago, because this is a very unusual fact pattern, right? Here's the problem, and I'm not making a judgment either way. And I understand that you are the mother of the mother that was murdered.
Correct.
So the children, from their perspective, have lost one parent, right? Now, do we make them lose the second parent as well? So, I'm not a therapist at all, right? And I don't claim to be, I don't try to be. But let me ask Brian Hamilton. Brian, in this situation, based upon the little facts that you do know, Do you think the father should have not custody, but visitation? Obviously, it's going to be supervised. He's going to be in jail for the next 25 years. Do you think he should have some type of relationship with the children when he murdered their mother?
I mean,
I just want to.
I can't
Before Brian
see
answers,
any reason why that would be, why he should have visitation with them, particularly when he was trying to coerce them into telling the police that their mother left. I mean, this is a man who's basically already psychologically manipulating them. It's very difficult to see how someone like that would be a benefit to their, to their
well-being. I told the same thing I told her.
Mental health development, yeah.
But here's the problem, Brian. Here's the problem. In this lady's case, that's exactly what they're doing. They're giving him court-ordered visitation.
Right. And I'm just honestly shocked, because this is exactly the sort of situation that, that Child Protective Services is supposed to protect against. And in fact, there's, as far as I know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Vince, there's even a law that says that in extraordinary circumstances like this, the CPS can recommend that the kids have no contact with the parent.
I think you're right, but here's the thing. If the case was in California, depending on who the social worker was, I could see social workers making recommendations either way.
Sure.
No, he shouldn't have visitation because he did a heinous thing. He killed the mother.
Detrimental.
Yeah, or that, no, he should have visitation because he's the only parent they have, and why should we punish them, just because he killed the mother? I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but...
Yeah, well, that part I understand. I can see that, like, if he killed her and he showed remorse and he was telling them, and he was saying something to the effect of, I'm really sorry that I did this, and I hope one day that you can forgive me for that. That would be one thing, but that's not what he's doing. In this case, he killed the mother and then used them to try and create an alibi. And that I can't imagine what a person who has that kind of cold, calculated, perspective on life how he could possibly benefit them in their upbringing. So it's just, to me as a therapist, I would not want them to be around those kids, or I would not want this father to be around the kids.
Hey, Hope, I want you to hold on, okay? Don't hang up. But I think it's time for us to take another break.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on. We'll be back after these messages, and we're going to talk to Hope about this very interesting situation going on with her grandchildren.